he was dealing with someone who had journalism experience, who uses journalism every single day in my outfit to write and to put out my message to the masses, et cetera, et cetera. So he had said something to me about hosting a show for his magazine, and I declined him. And I said, basically, I said no. And the answer was because I have my own career. I have my own things that I'm doing, and I'm not interested in working for someone else. I'm not interested in creating content for someone else to own. I am an international celebrity, and I have worked my ass off to get to where I am, and I do not need any other vehicle because the vehicle that I'm in works well for me. Understand this. I'm not just being vain and puffing up my accomplishments. Listen to me. My vehicle works best for me. After all, I built it with my team and the Queen Mother. We built it. So it is fashioned to work how I need it to work. So he got angry with me because I told him, no, I'm not going to host a show for your magazine. I'm not doing that, et cetera, et cetera. So he calls me today. And you can tell he's upset because he's upset. You can tell he was upset because he's just like, I tried to call you and you ignored my call. So it wasn't even that I ignored his call. His Wi-Fi wasn't working. And I called him back 3 times on FaceTime. Did not know that his phone wasn't picking it up. So I told him, will you please check your phone log next time before you start accusing me of things? So then he calls me and he's just like, how are you? You know, he's doing the small talk. How are you? This, that, and the other, da, 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 da. So then he says to me, oh, the divine is blessing me and I'm going places and I'm doing things and da, 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 da. And you wait till you see where the divine is taking me. And then he says to me, he makes a mistake and he says to me, he says, yeah, and then you won't be saying no. You'll say, I'll go wherever you want me to go. I'll do whatever you want me to do. I don't know how this person really, well, we all are listening to this story. So we do know this person sounds a little delusional. Yeah, sounds a little delusional. So, you know, editor-in-chief, you're an editor-in-chief of a magazine. The magazine should be your focus and not fame and stardom, not, you know, celebrities and different things like that. You should be focused on building your brand, which means you should hire capable, culpable journalists and build your brand through the stories you tell. But anyway, that was a read. But anyway, that was an educational read. So I took the liberty and I took the opportunity to tell him, listen, I'm not interested where you're going. My answer will always be no. Will always be no. And so he was just like, you're always shooting stuff down. I'm like, listen, it's not shooting stuff down. I have my own star. So then he started to say, well, no star works by themselves. I said, I do. I do. I work by myself. Yes, I have a team. Yes, I have subcontractor labor that I hire. Yeah, I do. But they work for me. So I'm not about to go work for somebody else because I'm actually making money from what I do. This is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. My story, if he had even listened, he would know my story, but he made the mistake of saying these things to me. So I said to him, I'm like, so I start going in because this person went as far as to say to me, well, you know, let the publication put you in housing in Paris. We'll cover your housing in exchange for you giving us content. And I'm like, I don't need you to do that. I have millionaire friends. I have plenty of places to stay in Paris. I have plenty. I'm not there right now because of Corona, but I have plenty of places to stay. I have friends that are, oh my God, stars in their own right. They're stars in their own right in their country. They're stars. So he gets mad with me. So I say to him, I'm like, listen, I work alone. I'm not looking for a boss, this, that, and the other. So this fool makes a mistake and says to me, but you haven't arrived yet. So he was basically trying to say, oh, I needed him. So in my mind, my wheels start spinning because I'm like, okay, I'm great, I'm grand, I'm everything. You want to work with me, you want me to make content for you. But the moment that I tell you that I'm not going to make comment for you, especially for free, because you're not paying anybody who's working with you right now. And I've done interviews for your publication for free. Now all of a sudden I haven't arrived. I'm not the star that I think that I am. So I said to him at that point, I was like, listen, you don't know what I've done. You don't know where I am because my matters of business are private. But so he says to me, well, you're going to look up and you're going to see where I'm going and you're going to want to come back past me. And the answer is going to be no. And he slams the phone. He hangs up the phone. So I text him and I was just like, you don't understand. And I said to him, as generous as I have been to you, you would treat me like this. And that was all I needed to know. And the Queen Mother was like, you should have known that from the first argument, that he was not, treating you or respecting you the way that you deserved. So mind you, now let's get a little deeper as far as generous. This person, this editor-in-chief, is struggling. Like, we all struggle in the beginning of our dreams. We all do. But I have sent this person money. I have given this person mentor sessions for free. I have been there for this person when they cried, when they were in the hospital, when they did all kinds of things and they needed me. I was there in a friend capacity. Do you see what I'm saying? In a friend capacity, I was there. But I was not about to let this person use me professionally. Like, I was not about to do that. I was trying to be his friend, but not trying to get caught up in what he was selling, basically, in his product or his service. And he didn't understand that. I was not trying to mix my business with my pleasure. I don't do that. So seeing that he was a friend, now, yes, you can make money with your friends, but I also noticed from this particular friend that, I needed to not enmesh the lines very much. So that was my thing. I'm going to be your friend. I'm not going to use everything that I've built, and you're not going to benefit from all of my labor, especially for free. And even if he was paying me, see, this is the thing. Not all money is good money. I say this to my mentees all the time. Not all money is good money. Whatever this person was after, I didn't want to be a part of it, period. So get this. So he hung up on me. And then I said to him, after I texted him, and I said, as generous as I have been to you, you would treat me like this. And that was it. This person immediately starts sending me vicious, long text messages, of which I did not read. I didn't read at that point. I handed the phone to the Queen Mother. So that she could see what was being said, so that I would have a witness to say what I said, in case, this person wanted to come after me, seek legal action, talk about me in the public eye. See, I have to do all of that being a celebrity. I have to watch my back, and I have to always be doing PR damage and stuff like that, damage control. So I handed the phone to the Queen Mother, and the Queen Mother read quietly his things, what he had to say. I didn't even read them. So then what I did was I called my friend Jacques. And I explained to Jacques what happened. And I said to Jacques, I'm like, listen, Jacques was doing his own thing. Jacques was working. Jacques is an independently wealthy man himself. So I'm like, Jacques, I just needed to speak to someone who knew him. So I started to talk to Jacques and tell Jacques what was going on, because I met this person through Jacques. And Jacques is like, oh my God, Queen, I'm so sorry. It's funny, but a lot of people that I introduce to this person, they end up blocking him. They end up walking away from him, because what he's after is not like, they don't want to be used, basically. This person, and I realized it too. I realized that this person was trying to become a star. This person did not want to just be a editor-in-chief. Like, you can tell when a person is chasing a dream, and the dream is stardom, and he's willing to use. But my problem was, he was willing to use anyone and everyone to get there. That was my issue. Like I said, all money isn't good money. So Jacques is, reassuring me, and Jacques is apologizing for what was said. So you know what I did? I didn't even read, like I said, I didn't even read the text messages, not at all, because I was not about to put that toxicity in my system, especially when I'd done nothing wrong, but tell you can't use me. So what I did was I sent the text messages to Jacques. I screenshot them and I sent them to Jacques. I let Jacques read them. And Jacques was like, oh my God, oh my God, like, people see, that's the thing. Like, I always cover my back. I always have receipts. So like I said, Jacques apologized, and the tie with that editor-in-chief was done.